PSG was established in 1995 by Jannie Mouton and invests in financial services, agriculture and education. PSG has a market cap of 16.2 billion rand, price to earnings ratio of 15.7 and dividend yield of 1.5%. We're still squarely with the Stellenbosch mafia, aren't we, Paul?
Yes, and this company's done so well, and it's of course because by financial interest you mean their existing stake in PSG and the financial services consult, but more especially Capitec, which has done so marvelously. Then you've got Zeda in the agricultural environment, Curro in the educational business. So they've really had a number of...
And Curro has done exceptionally well.
Big hits. So you got to back Jannie. We've owned the stock in the portfolio before and done well in it. We took profits on a position here last week with the share price right up around 74, 75 Rand a share.
Gerbrand, you've been negative on everything. Are you not going to at least back Jannie Mouton? Come on.
Look, I haven't been negative. I just think at the moment these things are very expensive. So they also look expensive on a net asset value play. What's interesting about them is they got various other entry points. So you can actually, if you like their Curro holdings, go and buy Curro directly. Or if you like the Capitec side, which is 28.5% owned by PSG, and it makes up about 42% of PSG's headline earnings. So it's a huge chunk. It's almost half of PSG. So if you certainly like Capitec, you might as well go and buy Capitec on your own if you look at net asset value. And the same story on Zeda. They had a company called Paladin as well. That's now put into PSG Capital, if I'm correct. They still got private equity PSG on that side, and they got a consult business, which looks like they're going to unbundle and list it separately as well. So you got a holding company and you've got access points in most of the other businesses on the market.
So Paul, what you could do here, sorry to interrupt Gerbrand, what you could do is have a look at what they've got within their stable, and as Gerbrand is insinuating, go and buy your own stakes in those underlying companies.
Yeah, except they've probably got 2 or 3 other things in incubation phase which will become as big as those others in due course, because of their reputation they're constantly being taken stuff. Look, I think this is a long-term hold. I just don't know right now whether it's a very fabulously wonderful opportunity. We did benefit from an uptick in the portfolio a few weeks back.
Gerbrand, I'm sorry I interrupted you rudely. Would you like to finish your train of thought?
We like some of its assets. We like the Zeda assets. We think Curro is probably priced for 10 years growth already. And on the other hand, you got the consult business, which we might make money out when they list it. Normally these guys do. And Capitec. Capitec doesn't look expensive. We look at the earnings. I think it came out this morning, certainly sitting at about a 10.5 PE. Interest.
You think it's time to get into Capitec?
Transaction income is growing rapidly, although on the loan side they took some hits on that side. But we've known that when you saw Abel's results earlier. We think Capitec looks okay, so that would be a nice entry point into this group at the moment.
And Paul, you want to go into the micro lenders. Shall we just sidebar the discussion for a moment?
We're currently in a Capitec trade in the portfolio, so we're not too unhappy with the way that was performing.
And we finally got rid of our Able trade, didn't we?
We don't have Able. We haven't had any for those for a while. Zeda, though, remember, does also have a performance fee in it, but that's relatively small. In any event, the performance fee only kicks in if Zeda does better than the food and agricultural sector, players like Tiger and so on. So it's not as greedy as the one we were discussing earlier. All things considered, though, if we're going towards hot, I know we're running out of time, I would say with PSG, I am still hot on it.
Hot or not, Gerbrand? I didn't even ask you the question. You're impatient with me today.
No, I'm going to go for not hot as a group, but I think